Imagine a world where the tiniest creatures wield the power to strike fear into the hearts of giants. Picture a majestic lion, king of the savannah, suddenly freezing in its tracks, not because of another predator, but because of an insect smaller than your fingernail. This isn't science fiction, it's the incredible reality of the bombardier beetle. In the hidden corners of our world, there exist creatures so small, so unassuming, that we rarely notice them. Yet, these tiny beings wield a power that can strike fear into the hearts of animals far larger, sharper, and seemingly more formidable than themselves. The bombardier beetle is a masterclass in survival, crafted over millions of years through a combination of cunning, camouflage, and sheer chemical warfare. It challenges the very notion of strength and dominance in the natural world. This unassuming insect carries within it a chemical arsenal capable of producing a boiling, noxious spray that can repel birds, lizards, and even small mammals. The mechanism is precise. Two chemical compounds, stored separately, mix in a reaction chamber to create an explosion of heat and gas. To the predator, the beetle is not just a small meal, it becomes a living flamethrower, an unpredictable force of nature. What is remarkable is not merely the chemical reaction itself, but the intelligence embedded in its instinctive deployment. This is strategy manifest in biology, a lesson in the potency of preparation and precision. The bombardier beetle turns vulnerability into strength, fear into defense, and strategy into survival. In doing so, it reveals a principle that resonates beyond the natural world, a principle about how intelligence, preparation, and subtlety can transcend apparent limitations. Since time immemorial, humans have looked to the natural world, not merely for survival, but for wisdom. Insects, despite their small size, have captured the imagination of sages, alchemists, and philosophers across cultures. The bombardier beetle, with its explosive defense mechanism, embodies the ancient alchemical principle of transformation, turning base materials into something powerful and extraordinary. In Eastern philosophies, the beetle's ability to remain calm under threat, only deploying its defense when absolutely necessary, mirrors the Taoist concept of wu wei, action through non-action. The precision and effectiveness of its chemical spray reflect the Buddhist principle of mindfulness and the strategic use of energy. Even in the Western tradition, naturalists and philosophers have marveled at these miniature powerhouses. Aristotle might have seen in the bombardier beetle a living example of his theory of the four elements, with fire and air explosively combining within the insect's tiny body. Later, European alchemists might have viewed the beetle's chemical reaction as a microcosm of cosmic forces, a lesson in the hidden potentials within seemingly ordinary substances. Through this lens, the bombardier beetle is more than a mere biological curiosity. It is an embodiment of universal principles, the power of adaptation, the intelligence of subtlety, and the profound impact of the overlooked and underestimated. By understanding it, we not only gain insight into the mechanics of survival in the natural world, but also glimpse timeless wisdom about resilience, strategy, and the unseen forces that govern all life. To truly appreciate the bombardier beetle's extraordinary abilities, we must first dismantle the conventional notion of power. Strength in nature is not always measured in size, speed, or physical might. It is measured in strategy, adaptability, and the mastery of one's environment. The bombardier beetle embodies these principles in ways that can seem almost supernatural, as if nature itself has encoded secret formulas of survival into its tiny body. The beetle's defense mechanism is a marvel of biological engineering. When threatened, it mixes hydrogen peroxide and hydroquinones in a specialized chamber, catalyzing a reaction that produces a scalding spray at nearly 100 degrees Celsius. This chemical cocktail is ejected with a loud pop, creating a protective cloud of noxious gas. The precision and effectiveness of this system are astounding, allowing the beetle to aim its spray with remarkable accuracy. But the bombardier beetle's mastery goes beyond mere chemical reactions. It demonstrates a profound lesson in the anticipation of danger and the strategic use of resources. The beetle doesn't constantly produce its defensive spray. Instead, it conserves energy and materials, only deploying its weapon when truly necessary. This teaches a subtle yet vital lesson. True power often lies in the capacity to command respect, to influence behavior without constant confrontation. The beetle's influence extends far beyond its immediate predators. Its very presence in an ecosystem can alter the behavior of other creatures, creating a ripple effect of caution and respect. This psychological impact demonstrates that, in nature, as in human affairs, reputation and the anticipation of consequences can be as powerful as direct action. Moreover, the bombardier beetle's defense mechanism is a testament to the power of transformation. In a fraction of a second, it turns simple chemicals into a formidable weapon, embodying the alchemical dream of transmutation. This ability to radically change one's state or capabilities in response to threat offers a profound metaphor for resilience and adaptability in all aspects of life. The wisdom of the bombardier beetle is not confined to forests or grasslands. It offers profound lessons for human life, strategy, and personal growth. By observing and internalizing its methods, we can cultivate resilience, subtle influence, and heightened awareness in our own world. First, consider the power of preparation and strategy. Just as the beetle stores and precisely deploys its chemical defense, we can learn to anticipate challenges and prepare carefully before confronting them. This might mean structuring your day with intention, cultivating knowledge before making decisions, or rehearsing difficult conversations before they occur. The principle is clear. Deliberate preparation multiplies effectiveness and transforms vulnerability into strength. Next, we see the value of conservation and timing. The bombardier beetle doesn't waste its resources. It acts decisively only when necessary. In practical terms, this could involve knowing when to act and when to observe, when to assert yourself and when to remain patient. Just as the beetle influences outcomes by mastering the art of timing, we too can learn to recognize the right moment for action. The beetle's ability to transform simple substances into a powerful defense teaches us about the hidden potential within ourselves and our surroundings in our lives. This principle translates to recognizing and activating our innate strengths, or finding innovative solutions using the resources at hand. It reminds us that often, we already possess what we need to overcome challenges. We just need to combine our abilities in new and creative ways. Finally, the overarching lesson is adaptability. The bombardier beetle survives because it is flexible, inventive, and attuned to its environment. Life is rarely predictable. Challenges will arise that seem insurmountable. By cultivating a mindset of adaptability, learning to respond rather than react, to adjust rather than resist, we embody the same quiet mastery that allows this tiny creature to thrive in a world full of threats. To apply these lessons practically, start small. Observe the natural world intentionally, noting how creatures navigate danger. Reflect on situations in your own life where preparation, timing, or innovative thinking could transform outcomes. Practice patience, develop strategies, and pay attention to your resources and how you use them. With these habits, you cultivate a form of intelligence that is invisible yet immensely powerful, echoing the survival strategies of the bombardier beetle. As we emerge from the shadowed realms of this tiny yet formidable creature, the lesson becomes clear. Power is rarely what it seems. Strength is not always measured by size, aggression, or brute force. The bombardier beetle demonstrates that intelligence, subtlety, and the mastery of one's own capabilities are often far more effective than raw might. It reminds us that even the smallest among us can wield influence, transform danger into protection, and navigate a world fraught with challenges with grace and precision. By studying its strategies, chemical defense, conservation of resources, precise timing, and psychological influence, we uncover principles that extend beyond the natural world. These lessons can guide us in our personal growth, our relationships, and our understanding of the unseen forces that shape our lives. We learn that preparation, adaptability, and the ability to influence without constant confrontation are not just survival tools for insects, they are timeless wisdom for humans seeking mastery over their own environment. So, as you move through your own life, pause to notice the small, overlooked, and underestimated. In these tiny details lie profound truths. In these subtle forces, lessons in resilience, strategy, and perception await. Let the bombardier beetle that commands fear in the mighty inspire you. Let its mastery of the unseen remind you of your own latent power. In understanding it, we glimpse a secret of the natural world, a secret that whispers. Even the smallest can be formidable. Even the silent can command respect. And even the unseen can shape destiny. Step into the world with sharper eyes, a keener mind, and a quiet confidence. For the same principles that allow a tiny beetle to terrify predators can guide you to navigate challenges, influence outcomes, and thrive in ways that are subtle, intelligent, and profoundly effective. The smallest creatures hold the grandest truths, and in their stories, we find wisdom as ancient as life itself.